What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an AI-powered blog post generator by creating a simple workflow in N8N. Let's get started. In N8N, I've created a workflow that I've renamed to blog post generator. And here, we're going to add a trigger. Our trigger is going to be an on-form submission. Right here, we're going to add the title of our form descriptions, form elements to collect the data of the blog post that we'd like to generate. I'll rename our form to AI blog post generator. Form description could be on the lines of easily generate a high quality blog post in minutes using AI. And here are the various form elements that I've added right here to describe the blog post that I would like to generate. So for the first field, we are collecting the main topic or the title of the blog post that we would like to generate. Element type is going to be text. On the second field name, we are collecting the specific keyword we would like to include in the blog post. And here we're giving various options, for example, AI tools, digital marketing, or automations. The third field name, we're collecting the target audience for the blog post. Here we're also including some options, let's say like startup founders, freelance marketers, and beginners in AI as our target audiences. The other field name, we're collecting the tone we would like to use to generate the blog post. Here we're also including a drop-down list and including casual, professional, educational, friendly, and bold tones over here. Here, we also like to include a specific call to action that we like to use in our blog post. And here I've included a drop-down list and added these two options over here. So one is to sign up for a newsletter, and the other one is to book a free strategy call. And the last field name, we're including the specific format that we like to use to generate our blog post. Here we're adding a drop-down list and including various options over here, like use bullet points, include subheadings, or use the markdown format. To fill out our form, I'll click on execute step. Here we can add our topic. Our main topic is how AI is changing digital marketing. For the specific keyword, we can add AI tools as a specific keyword we'd like to use in our blog post. Target audience, we can say beginners in AI. Tone, can use a professional tone. The call to action, we'd like them to sign up to our newsletter. And the format we can use bullet points. And here click on submit and see our form was submitted. Yeah, you can see we captured our data right here that we submitted via our form. Here we captured our main topic, specific keywords I would like to include, target audience, the tone, call to action, and the format we'd like to generate our blog post. Now here, I'll pin this data and use this data to set up our workflow. So here, the next thing we can do, we can wait a few seconds to generate an outline of our blog post. I'll wait 5 seconds. You can also rename this note to wait 5 seconds. Then click on rename. Then here, I'll add an AI agent to generate for us our blog post outline. So here, I'll click on AI, then click on AI agent. Here, I'll define below. First of all, let's take the previous node right here. And then here we're going to add a prompt and a system message for our agent. The prompt could be on the lines of, you're an expert blog post outline writer with strong skills in SEO, content strategy, and topic research. And then here, I'll click on add option, then click on system message to add our system message right here. Expand it over here. System message could be on the lines of, your task is to create a structured, detailed outline for a high-quality blog post. Here we're also including a couple of instructions for the AI agent. We're telling the agent, before writing the outline, use heavily to search for recent or trending articles related to the topic below. Analyze the top results to understand popular angles, gaps, and key themes. Use this information to craft a fresh, value-packed outline that is both relevant and competitive. And here we're including some output requirements. We would like the AI to start with a compelling blog post title, include a short introduction paragraph, break down the blog into 4 to 6 main sections, and then under each section provide 2 to 4 bullet points with key ideas or subtopics to cover. And I would like to end with a conclusion or call to action suggestion. Now, for the style, we like to make the structure clear, logical, and engaging for the reader. We'd also like to optimize the outline for readability and SEO. We also like to consider the target audience and desired tone or voice. And here we're including the topic, tone, target audience, keyword, call to action, and blog post format that we submitted via our form. Right here. So here I'll click on back to canvas, and here we're going to add a chart model. We're going to use OpenAI as our chart model. Here, you need to connect your OpenAI to N8N by clicking on create a credential right here. Then from your OpenAI API key right here, then click on save to create your credential. Then here choose the model. I'm going to choose GPT 4.1. Then click on back to canvas right here. Now here, we're also going to add a memory. So I'll click on simple memory. Here I'm going to define it below and click on expression right here. We can add today's date right here. Now, since we're using Tavily to source recent articles related to our topic, so we can refine the articles and generate our own blog post. On the tools, I'm going to click on the HTTP request node right here. And then in Tavily, you'll need to create an account. And after creating your account, you're going to get your API key right here. Since we like to make an API call, I'm going to open documentation right here and search for the API that I would like to call. I'm going to search for Tavily search API right here. Then here, I'm going to copy this URL over here. I'm going to click on import. Then here I'll paste our URL, then click on import. We're going to make a search. And then here we're going to add a couple of things. Here we're going to add our API key right here. So the API key is the API key right here. So I'll copy it. And then I'll paste the API key right here. And then here, instead of having to manually edit our JSON, we're going to just leave the work to AI right here. And then here, I'll click on back to canvas. Can rename this to Tavily. Then here I'll click on rename. And then here, I'll rename this to outline generator. Then here I'll click on rename. And now let us try to generate our blog post outline using this AI agent. To do that, I'll click on execute workflow. You can see that our workflow is executed successfully. So now I open this node. You can see we generated here an outline of our blog post, which is really incredible. So this is our topic here, and here we're including an introduction, including subsections to our blog post right here, and a call to action right here in the end. This is incredible. So now we can try, now after generating our outline, we can wait a few seconds. So I'll search for the wait node right here. Can wait, let's say 4 seconds. Click on back to canvas, rename this to wait 4 seconds, then click on rename. And now we can evaluate our outline right here to ensure that we're including everything that we like in our blog post. Here, I'll click on AI, then click on an AI agent. Here, let's execute previous nodes. Here, we're going to define below and add a prompt for our outline evaluator AI agent. The prompt could be in the lines of, you're an expert blog content evaluator and editor. And here, I'll add an option, click on system message, and here, click on expression, expand it right here. So you can add our system message, which could be on the lines of, your task is to review and improve the structure and clarity of the following blog post outline. Here's the outline to evaluate and revise it. And here, we're going to drag our outline right here. So we generated it using our outline generator AI agent. And here we're adding evaluation criteria. We like the outline to be engaging, to have an engaging introduction. We're telling the agent, make sure the introduction grabs attention and sets up the post clearly. We're also telling the agent each section should have a meaningful H2 heading and 2 to 4 key points beneath it. We're also telling the agent ensure that the outline flows in a natural and progressive order. And then for the call to action, we're telling the agent include a strong closing section that summarizes the main point and provide a clear call to action. We like to return only the improved and revised outline. Keep the format clean and easy to read. Do not include explanation or commentary, just the revised outline itself. And then make sure the final output is clear, well organized, and ready for content generation. Here I'll click on back to canvas over here. And then here I'll add our chart model. Chart model we can use this AI, OpenAI right here. Then also use our simple memory over here. Then I'll rename this to blog outline evaluator, then click on rename. You can change the name of this one to blog outline generator, click on rename. I'll click on execute workflow to generate an outline and evaluate it using this AI agent over here. Here you can see that our workflow is executed successfully. So now when I open this node, you can see now we have a comprehensive outline for a blog post. This is amazing. So here, click on back to canvas. And then here we can wait a few seconds. Click on wait node right here. Then I'll wait for, let's say, 3 seconds over here. Rename this to wait 3 seconds. Can click on rename. Now after, proceed to generate our blog post. So here I'm going to click on AI again, then click on AI agent. Here let's take previous nodes. Then here we're going to define below and add a prompt for our agent that's going to generate our blog post for us. The prompt could be on the lines of, you're an expert blog post writer with deep knowledge of SEO, web content strategy, and engaging storytelling. Here I'll add a system message. Put an expression here, on it right here, so we can add our system message, which could be on the lines of, your task is to write a detailed and optimized blog post based on the outline below. For writing, use the ability to search and analyze the most recent and trending articles related to the topic. Use those sources to inform the content, support claims, and ensure the blog reflects up-to-date trends and accurate insights. Here is the revised outline. And here we're including some writing guidelines. We're telling the agent to expand on each section of the outline into well-structured, informative, and engaging paragraphs. The total blog length should be at least 1,500 words. Use a natural, reader-friendly tone while ensuring SEO optimization, e.g. keyword usage, subheadings, and internal linking opportunities. We appropriate reference insights from your travel research to back up points or provide examples, paraphrased, not quoted directly. Use varied sentence structure and formatting to improve readability. Include a short but compelling introduction and a strong conclusion with a call to action or summary. And here we're including formats for output. Structure the format using sort of manually adding our format right here. You can add the format from the form submission right here. Use H1 for titles and H2 for each main section. Avoid repeating the outline. Generate complete paragraphs only, and make the article informative, up to date, and ready for publishing. Okay, I'll click on back to canvas right here. Then add a chart model. I'm going to use Penny chart model right here, so I'll drag it over here. So we're going to use WE as our tool, and memory we're going to use this memory over here. And then here I'll rename this to blog post generator. Then click on rename right here. Now to generate our blog post using our AI agent right here, I'll click on execute workflow. Yeah, our workflow was executed successfully. Then here, when I open our agent, you can see the incredible blog post that it generated for us over here. This is amazing. This is our topic. This is amazing. So now to preview our blog post, we can proceed to add it to a Google Docs file. So here, I'll search for Google Docs. Click on Google Docs, then here we're going to create a document. Here, you'll need to create a credential right here to connect your Google Docs, so anytime, by adding your client ID and your client secret right here from your Google API. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close this. And then here, I'm going to choose our folder that we like to store our document. And then here, I'm going to add the title of our blog post, which will be the main topic right here. And then here, I'll click on back to canvas. And then here, I'll update the document that we created right here with the blog post. So I'll search for Google Docs again. Then I'll update the document that we created right here. So I'm going to open this node first. We can execute the node. We can create our document. So we created our document right here. And you can see the document ID over here. So now in our update the documents node, here we're going to drag the ID of the document over here we created. Then here we're going to add our blog post that we generated over here. So I'll drag it over here and leave everything as is. Here I'll click on back to canvas. And then I'll rename this to blog posts. And then here I'll click on rename. So now to add our blog post that we generated from using our AI agent to our document, I'll click on execute step. You can see we added our blog post to our docs. Now here, you can wait a few seconds to add, for example, let's say 2 seconds to send ourselves the blog post via email. So I'll rename this to wait 2 seconds, then click on rename, and now we can send ourselves the blog post via email. So I'll click on Gmail, then here I'll click on send a message. Here I'll click on execute previous nodes. Now here we can add an email address. We can add our own email address right here, so we can send ourselves the blog post via email. Now the subject line, email type will be text, and the message body right here. The subject line could be on the lines of new blog post ready for review and publishing. And then here we're going to add our message, our email body right here, which will be on the lines of, hi there, your latest blog post has been successfully generated and is ready for final review and publishing on WordPress. Here we're including the title, blog post, status, and the link to the document right here. So the document here, we're including the unique ID of our Google Docs file right here, so we can open it via email. Then we're concluding the email by saying, once you're happy with the content, you can publish it directly to WordPress. Whereas the content automation team. And then here I'll click on back to canvas. And then here I'll rename this to send a blog post, send blog post. Then here I'll click on rename here. Now here I'll open this node to send ourselves the blog post so we can preview it via email. Now when I open my email, here you can see the subject line and the email body that we're sending to the Google Docs with the blog post. Here's the subject line, and then here's our email, the title, status, and the link to the blog post right here. So we can open this link on a new tab to preview our blog post. And this is an amazing blog post that we generated using our workflow. So here you can use a different font like Montserrat over here and format it the right way. And format it over here. Now here you can see the blog post that we generated using our workflow here. Using the simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. So now in our email, you can see we have this notification right here. You can remove it. So in our Gmail node, I'll open it. Then here I'll add an option. And then in the append Anytime attribution, I'll turn it to off. Click on back to canvas. Let's try testing our workflow to preview how it works. So here, I'll unpin this data right here. And then here we can wait, let's say 20 seconds. Right here, you can rename it to wait 20 seconds and click on rename. And then now to fill out our form, generate an outline, evaluate the outline, and generate our blog post, then add our blog post to a Google Docs file and send ourselves the blog post via email. I'll click on execute workflow. Yeah, we're going to fill out our form with the data of the blog post I would like to generate. Our topic will be how AI is changing real estate. You can use keywords like the keywords, you can use automation, target audience, you can say startup founders. The tone we like to use educational tone. And then for the call to action, we like them to book a free strategy call. And here we would like to use the format, you can use bullet points, and here click on submit. You can see that our form was submitted. Here and here, you can see that our workflow was executed successfully. So here, in our workflow, we capture the data that we submitted via our form right here. So we capture the topic, specific keywords that we like to include in our blog post, target audience, tone, call to action, and the format of our blog post. Then wait a few seconds to generate an outline of our blog post right here. Here's the outline that we generated using our AI agent. Then wait a few seconds to evaluate the outline. You have to make sure that everything is included and include things that we might be missing from the outline. Then wait a few seconds to generate our blog post using this AI agent. And here is our comprehensive blog post that we generated using this agent right here with a clear call to action at the end. And then we created a document in Google Docs. Then we updated the document with the blog post that we generated using this AI agent. And then we waited a few seconds to send ourselves the blog post via email. Now, when I open our email, you can see the subject line and the email body of our email notification that we're sending ourselves with the link of the blog post that we just generated attached to the email. So now when I open this email, see the blog post that we generated for us over here. This is amazing. Our topic was how AI is changing real estate over here, and we went ahead and generated for us this incredible blog post. Okay, so here we can use a different font like Montserrat over here, and we can format our blog post over here. So this is the blog post that I generated for us over here using the simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. So after submitting our form, we are generating an outline, and we're evaluating the outline that we generated using this agent. Then we are generating our blog post using the outline that we evaluated over here using this agent. And we are creating a document in Google Docs and then updating the document with the blog post that we generated using this AI agent over here. Then we are sending the blog post to ourselves via email to review the blog post that we just generated. And this is the email that we're sending to ourselves right here, into the blog post that we generated using our workflow. And here is the amazing blog post that we generated using our workflow over here. This is incredible using our workflow over here. Now here you can add a human in the loop of workflow, where if you approve the blog post that was generated over here using our workflow, if you approve the blog post, you can now proceed to post it in WordPress. You can also add another option to disapprove it. Now, if you disapprove it, you can add another node, AI agent, that regenerates the blog post again and sends the blog post to you for you to review the new blog post right here. Then if you approve the new blog post, you can proceed now to post it in WordPress. That is the only improvement that I will make to this workflow. Otherwise, our workflow works perfectly. Thank you for watching. If you have a workflow or an AI agent that you'd like for me to create using Anytime, just comment down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire workflow or AI agent from scratch using Anytime. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.